What up, boys? Okay. I'm from Mexico. I grew up in Mexico and I still live in Mexico in a small city called Nuevo Laredo. That is just right next to Laredo, Texas. That's a that's a good question. I guess. Well, of course, the language. It's kind of sad that a lot of like Mexican Americans like don't really speak that much Spanish anymore. Um, yeah, I don't think that's good. Probably they're also take more things for granted because they're Americans and they probably don't realize that they have more like advantages and more privilege than people who were born in Mexico. I will say that's the biggest difference. That's just that's just normal. I don't know. I grew up pretty Catholic and I will say I'm still Catholic and we have pretty conservative views. I go to church every Sunday mostly because my parents want me to go. I don't know if I don't know, bro. I think I should go by myself, but I don't know if I will be going to church if it wouldn't if I wouldn't have my parents, just telling me to go or like yeah, that's kind of sad. But yeah, it's just feel normal for me to be conservative. I don't really, I haven't had any other experiences outside like liberal or anything else. I do understand others people views and I respect them. Although sometimes I think that some views are actually pretty extremist and maybe not aligned with what I believe in, in religion. But yeah. Ah, I really found surprising about the right that people have to own a gun because well in Mexico you don't get to have a gun that easily, and if you do you're probably just bringing them from the US as most cartel members do actually. They just get their guns from the US. I don't know. I'm not really fully in support of that. I just think there's some people who should not have a gun. I just like some weird people like you right there watching. Yeah. But yeah, I will say that's the biggest one. Just the the fact that people can own guns and also like weed and all other drugs like coke and meth and like we do have that in Mexico, but it's not that prevalent. I will say we drink more alcohol. Yeah, for sure. From my living experience, I guess I'm blessed. Nothing has happened to me in my life in Mexico, but I do think that it could be dangerous if you're like an American maybe to go to like my city and in general just the north in Mexico because there's full of cartels because they want to get the drugs to the US, so the north is actually pretty close where I live. um if you go there, if you're white, just gotta be careful, don't go that late because they're gonna assume that you have money and you probably do. There has been some cases where Americans have lost their truck in my city actually, and yeah, that only happens to Americans and other people that are not from there because they see your plates. So I just will be careful, like driving pretty late. Latinx. I don't know. I don't really like it. For me, Latino sounds just like the way it should be. Latino. I don't know. I don't. Latinx sounds more like liberal in my opinion. I don't know. It just sounds like the people that says, "Oh my pronouns are they, them, and whatever the fuck." I don't know. Yeah, I think that there's every day more people identifying themselves liberals in Mexico. Um, yeah, it was not like that a couple of years ago, but yeah, I will say it's probably more younger people identifying themselves, and yeah, that's probably due to I don't really know. I don't really know, to be honest. I want to do it here because even though there's of course problems, there's um there's more opportunity to get out of poverty and make it. As an American, if you're from the US, you have like you have not a really hard um life in general. Like if you want to make it and earn money, you can just like go into military and start with that. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure the jobs like the minimum wage is better. So I will raise them here, and the only my only concern will be, um, well, the political abuse and the drug problem, which I feel is pretty bad in general in schools, high schools, middle schools. Everyone's vaping. That will be my concern. I'm actually not. Nah, I'm not. To be honest, I do like Mexican people better than more than Americans, but that's probably because they speak Spanish, and I do like speaking Spanish more than English. It's just like in Mexico we do our a lot of people, we are just like really lazy. A lot of people are lazy. Our politicians are lazy and corrupt, and I just don't like that. I don't know. These people, some of the people have so much potential, but they are just like so lazy and corrupt. I do feel that there's more tradition and culture in Mexico than in the US, for example. Especially food is way better. But I don't really feel proud about being Mexican. Yo, thank you, bro.
Let's go, bro. That was pretty